A lot of controversy surrounds HAARP. This ex-military research base has been accused of controlling the weather, manipulating your mind, destroying cell service, and even knocking missiles out of the air with a single electromagnetic pulse. As disappointing as it may be to science fiction fans, the true capabilities of HAARP are nowhere this extreme. HAARP is used for worldwide and subaquatic radio communication, and we, the electrical engineers of the University of Florida's Ionospheric Radio Lab, are studying its effects on signal generation. This is HAARP, the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, a 33-acre phased array of dipole antennas. HAARP is in Gaucona, Alaska, far removed from interfering electromagnetic waves that power lines or cell phones from cities could emit, and located under the northern lights. The purpose of HAARP is to make long-wave, low-frequency radio signals. My focus was on very low frequency, or VLF, and extremely low frequency, or ELF, waves. These are on the order of 3 to 30,000 Hz. In other words, 10,000 meters to 100 million meters long in wavelength. To create such long wavelength signals, an antenna must be at least a quarter of that length long. This means, to make VLF and ELF waves, I need an antenna thousands to hundreds of thousands meters long. The US Navy has such a transmitter that's long enough to be seen from space. Because low-frequency signals can propagate around the world and penetrate waters, this antenna is used to send confidential messages to entities in unknown locations, such as warfare submarines. However, this large of an antenna is not feasibly built in many locations. HAARP is different from these transmitters because it uses the ionosphere, a layer of charged particles in the atmosphere, as a giant antenna. HAARP sends a high-frequency signal into these charged particles and heats them up. The amount of power that HAARP sends to these particles fluctuates at a rate equal to the VLF and ELF frequencies. HAARP, only 33 acres in size, is able to heat up in an 11-mile diameter of atmosphere. This large area sends electromagnetic pulses, or VLF and ELF signals, that can propagate around the world. These signals are different from your average GPS or cell signal in that they don't require a satellite to travel long distances. These waves are long enough to reflect off the ionosphere and propagate around the globe. The ionosphere is a layer of charged particles in the atmosphere. It is created when powerful electromagnetic rays from the sun hit air molecules and strip them of their electrons. The electrons precipitate into the lower atmosphere. We have defined layers of the atmosphere where different densities of these electrons can be found, the F, E, and D layers. These layers of charged particles protect us from being totally irradiated off the Earth from other solar rays. The D layer has the highest collisional frequency and is used in VLF and ELF wave generation. Shuji Fujimaro completed his dissertation in Dr. Moore's lab by devising a way to make even stronger VLF and ELF waves. He hypothesized that if the ionosphere were heated in different regions at different times, the waves would behave constructively and produce an even stronger VLF or ELF wave. In 2014, the Ionospheric Radio Lab went to HAARP and performed the experiments Dr. Fujimaro proposed. This summer, I analyzed the terabytes of data collected to show that a phased array of ionospheric heating is indeed the optimal way to generate VLF and ELF waves.